Hi everyone, this is Siva and I have Don with me here. We have one more paddle review today. Today we are going to review Wika. This is Quang Dong. They say, how do you say in Vietnamese? Bien Yung. Signature paddle. He used to be with Sypik. Yeah. And then he moved to this new company, Wika. So this is his signature paddle of this company, and that's what we're going to review on. And in addition to that, we're going to compare that to one of the other, Vietnamese top brand paddles, Sypik Triton 5. We did a detailed review of Sypik Triton 5 before. We can attach, in the description below. You guys can look at that video as well. So we're going to compare this to this.
Yeah. And I was really excited because if you guys know me, I love the Triton 5. This been my main paddle for so long, and I still whip it out now for being a Gen 3 paddle. So it's kind of excited to try his new, the Wika Air?
Yeah, QD Air. I think they have Wika QD Air and Wika QD Flame. Or Fire.
Fire, yeah.
So the Fire is supposed to be their power paddle, and this is supposed to be an all-code control paddle, So first things first, let's go to specifications. In terms of specifications, I think, this is a standard elongated paddle, 16.4 inches in length, 7.4 inches in width, and handle is 5.5 inches. I think the grip circumference was 4.1, something like that. Now going into core, they say it's a foam core. So it's a foam paddle Gen 4. They say the foam goes all the way to the throat to reduce the vibrations, help with the, ergonomics of pickleball. We really don't know what type of foam it is. They just say proprietary, at least on the website. Just by playing with it, I think it's, probably floating EPP, just the way it
sounds too.
Yeah. And definitely not MPP, it's not like your aerocyclone kind of sound, So going into my review on this paddle, right? First, power,
Yeah.
I would say this is not a car paddle. I mean, by no means. It's probably low to medium range of power.
Yeah.
If you want to rip the drives and all. I mean, you can get the drives in, but it's not going to be very powerful. So power is medium. I would say 6 out of 10. Pop, it's a little bit poppy, compared to, I would say, Triton.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely more power.
More poppy.
Yeah.
So I would say probably 8 out of 10. If I have to say Triton 5 is 7 out of 10 pop. Now in terms of spin,
Yeah.
I feel like the ball is just coming off fast instead of the pop. Yeah, I don't think it's sitting on the paddle long, for a foam paddle. So it doesn't. Yeah.
Paddle too. I didn't feel like the ball set. It didn't have enough dwell time for being a control paddle per se. Yeah. I wanted a little bit more if you're calling it a control paddle. Some more dwell time on it.
I mean, definitely, I think Triton 5 shines in that department. Yeah. And you could see the ball dwell on the paddle, and then you can generate a lot of top spin, slide spin and other stuff. So I think spin department, it's decent, but it's not like, great. I would probably do 6 out of 10. Triton is definitely superior. Sweet spot, I think the sweet spot is pretty good. There are some dead spots, just like any other paddle, like on the sides, mainly on the top. That was the issue with the Triton 5 too. If you make contact on the top, the ball is dead, which is okay. But now the level of competition in the foam paddles is so much that you can actually get like so good, like loco, right? I mean, there's no dead spot on loco. You can pretty much have a miss hit and the ball still goes, right? Boomstick, I feel like, other than light at the edge guard, because the edge guard tends to protrude a little bit.
Right. And where the MOI weights are at.
Yeah, MOI weight tips are. But other than the sweet spot, yeah. Well, like this, man, Aeronox.
Yeah.
I mean, this one is a huge sweet spot. Like everywhere you hit the paddle, it's pretty good.
And that's the thing about when you're getting into that new full foam Gen 4 paddles, like that's almost like the bar now. Standard. Huge sweet spot. That's what everyone expects right now for your money.
Because you have foam all across, right? So I felt like in that department, as you could see in our videos, when we were hitting, when you hit the ball on the top, it's pretty much dead.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. So the sweet spot, I would give it 8 out of 10. So control, like I said, even though the power is less in this paddle, it's kind of poppy.
Yeah.
So there were occasionally some challenges for me to control the ball, especially at the kitchen, right? My dings were a little poppier.
Because it came out a little fast.
Yeah.
It came off, yeah.
So it's kind of depends on where you hit the ball, like right in the dead center. And when I looked at the foam, description, they said they have a pyramid type of foam. that can explain why the top is dead, So the pyramid foam is okay. They have the densest foam in the center, and then it narrows down at the top, So they said they did it for decreasing the swing weight, so you can have more to improve your hand speed. But I think the issue with that is like the sweet spot.
I think I'll check a better sweet spot rather than lighter to wear.
Yeah. I think at this point, with the foam, that's something non-negotiable for me as well. I want a good. One of the things I love Triton 5. This was my main for some time, quite a while actually. After the Eula 4, the main issue with the Triton 5 I had was the same thing. That part.
Yeah.
But this is a polypropylene honeycomb core paddle, so you kind of expect that, right?
Right.
I mean, but this one, like being a full foam, maybe the pyramid structure kind of made it.
I can understand the idea of trying to make it a little lighter weight, but man, you're giving up a lot. You're giving up a lot for that.
So, final impression, right? What do you? I mean, if you ask me, right? I mean, this I think is priced at $190. It's kind of hard to get it. I mean, there's one of the distributors we work with. His name is Ducky. Super nice guy. He runs HTX You guys can buy this paddle in that website. I think it's about $190. This particular thing, and I think Fire is maybe $10 more. And they have different colors, and the price goes by what type you want. It is also available in 14 mm. So if you really, really want to buy this paddle and you're a huge fan of, Quang Duong,
Right.
want to get his paddle, definitely check out HTXPickle.com. Use our code PBRX, you get 15% off for this paddle. But honestly, if you ask me, the the bar is so high now for the foam paddles.
Right.
I mean, I would say, I would not recommend buying this paddle. I mean, honest truth, it's a decent paddle, but I think we have way better options, especially for the price.
Right.
And then getting the availability and then warranty, issues. Yeah, I mean, something like Loco. I mean, Loco is same price.
Right.
Havoc 2, if you want little bit, lesser price, but the very copy paddle, Havoc 2 is there for $150, $160. Mark 2 or 3, same price range, $180. It's a decent paddle. Aeronox, it's $180.
Yeah.
Thunder. So I feel like, there are way better options of the price range.
Yeah.
So
that's the hard part with the Wika Air. You're in that such a competitive market in that price range. There's a different array of options out there that I think are better. Unless you're just truly a Quang Duong fan, I understand. Sure,
I mean, I feel like Sypik Avatar Pro Triton 5, I would pick that. Like if I am from Vietnam and I want to try a paddle from there, definitely if you're living in Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
something accessible, sure.
Sypik is way better, and also Pacalos.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they're not full foam Gen 3, I mean, they're pretty good. Like, I think Faculos Elite X, we did a review on that as well. I mean, that's way better, the one Gabe is playing with now. So, sorry, Wika. I would not recommend this paddle. It is the first time I'm actually saying that, right? Like, honestly, because I think the bar is so high now. I mean, unfortunately, to meet that expectations,
right? And again, just to reiterate, it's not a bad paddle. It's just we wanted more for that price range. I expect more for that price range.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, that's it, guys. This is Siva Don again. Signing off. Please have a good day.
Yeah, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think. Tell us, you agree with us, disagree. We'd love to hear your thoughts there.